A solid-state drive, SSD, is a type of storage that, unlike traditional hard disk drives, HDDs, has no moving parts. Instead of using rotating disks to read and write information, SSDs work with flash memory chips, similar to those found in an SD card or a USB drive, but much faster and more advanced. This technological shift allows for near-instant data access, resulting in a radical improvement in overall system performance. Booting the operating system, opening programs, loading video games, and copying files become much faster. Mechanical hard drives have been on the market for decades, and although they have improved in capacity and price, they are still slower by nature. When an HDD searches for data, a mechanical needle has to position itself on the rotating disk at the exact point where the information is located. This generates a delay known as access time. With an SSD, that delay disappears. All content is distributed electronically, allowing access in milliseconds. This simple difference multiplies the read and write speed by 5, 10, or even more, depending on the model. The most noticeable change is seen when turning on the computer. Going from waiting a minute to having it ready in 10 to 15 seconds is not uncommon. Improvements are also noticeable in common tasks such as opening the browser or applications of all kinds, copying large files or installing programs, starting games, and reducing loading times in scenes. Even older computers gain a second life with an SSD. Many users are surprised at how an old laptop becomes perfectly functional again just by changing this component. Not all SSDs are the same. There are mainly two types that make a difference in performance. SATA, these are the most common and economical, ideal for replacing hard drives in old computers. They offer speeds of up to 550 megabytes per second, NVMe, PCIe much faster. They reach several thousand MB/s and are installed directly on the motherboard. They are ideal for demanding users or for tasks such as video editing or gaming. For basic use, a SATA SSD already represents a great improvement, but if you can opt for an NVMe, you will notice even more difference. Most users find that a 500 GB SSD is sufficient for the operating system, programs, and common files. If you store many videos, photos, or games, it is advisable to opt for 1 TB or more. Another very common option is to use a small SSD, for example, 256 or 500 GB for the system, and keep a traditional HDD as a secondary drive to save documents and multimedia. In many cases, it's simple. On laptops and desktops with access to the interior, it is enough to open, replace the drive, and clone the operating system, or do a clean installation. There are many step-by-step tutorials on YouTube for each specific model of laptop or motherboard. In addition, more and more manufacturers are launching external kits so that you can clone the system and then insert the new SSD without losing data. If your computer boots slowly, FRE